The Topside Creeper is a mobile workstation that provides safe and productive access to the engine compartment or other hard-to-reach areas while protecting the assets below. Assembly should take about 30 minutes and will require a Phillips head screwdriver and wrenches or sockets measuring 18mm, 14mm, and 10mm. You will also need a backup crescent wrench or pliers to tighten the nuts and bolts. Before you begin to assemble the Topside Creeper, it is very helpful to lay out all the parts. First, we will assemble the base. Start with the front section of the base that is kind of shaped like a U. Slide the right and left sidebars of the base into the channel in the front section of the base. Bolt the right and left sidebars of the base onto the front section using the 18mm bolt and lock nut. Do not over tighten these bolts as these parts need to articulate to properly fold it up. Now slide the removable pins through the holes in the front section and the sidebars. Next, we will attach the casters to the base. Make sure to attach the locking casters to the front section of the base and the non-locking casters to the right and left sidebars of the base. These traction casters have a square shoulder that makes caster attachment easy and keeps the casters nice and tight over the long haul. Make sure the square shoulder at the base of the stem seats into the square hole on the Topside Creeper base. Tighten the 18mm flange nut onto the caster stems. Next, we're going to attach the Topside Creeper climbing section. Make sure the telescoping climbing section is secured in its lowest position using the spring-loaded adjustment pins. Also, make sure you lock the casters. This will keep the base from moving around while you're trying to locate the climbing section. Match the holes in the climbing section to the holes in the front section of the base and then bolt the climbing section on using the 18mm bolt and lock nut. Place the angle adjustment bar into any of the notches on the top of the front section of the base. Attach the keeper plate over the adjustment bar by bolting it to the angle adjustment notched plate. Do this on both sides of the base, as this is an important safety feature that will keep the ladder section from falling out of place while it's in use. Back to the base, attach the cross brace to the left and right sidebars using the 14mm bolts. On the bottom side of the base, slide on the washer and tighten the 14mm lock nuts. Now it's time to attach the padded work deck and the tool pouch to the Topside Creeper climbing section. Match the holes on the two ends of the work deck frame to the holes in the sides of the climbing section. Secure in place using 3 short 14mm bolts and lock nuts on each side. The handy pouch mounted on the front of the work deck has a bracket that keeps it from drooping when filled with parts and tools. Match the pouch and bracket holes to the frame holes. Make sure the bracket is on the outside surface. Attach the bracket and pouch to the frame using the 10mm Phillips head screw and a 10mm nut. Let's top off the topsider with the padded work deck. On the bottom side of the work deck, there are threaded holes, or T-nuts, that match holes on the top side of the work deck frame. Align the frame holes to the threaded holes on the bottom of the work deck. Secure the work deck with the Phillips head screws. To finish the assembly, slide the bumper pads onto the angle adjustment arms and the crossbar. These pads will prevent damage to the vehicle as you roll your topside creeper into place. Now you're all set to roll with maximum productivity and safety. On rare occasions, you may not need the topside creeper. So to fold it up, pull the pins from the left and right sidebars, then lift the end of the base. Now you can store the topside creeper freestanding or against a wall and out of your way. From all of us at Traction Engineered Products, we thank you for your purchase. I'm sure you will gain comfort, safety, and productivity by simply using your new topside creeper.